Good morning. Happy Monday morning crafty coffee break. My name is Debbie Polterak, and I'm happy that you're here with me today. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Oop, too much. All right, then I need to see if I can find me on my computer. It's much easier to see comments. There I am. I'm going to turn off my sound over there because I don't need to hear me twice. All right, I think that looks good. I think last week I was a little too close in. And I know you can still see my lights, but that's okay. So here's my QR code if you'd like to shop with me today for the products that I have that I'm going to show you today. Take a minute to scan that if you'd like. I'll leave it off to the side. Here's our new catalog. It's a fun, beautiful catalog. Today's stamp set that I'm using is not in our catalog. It was an online exclusive in March. Excuse me, but it's still available. But if you'd like a catalog, let me know and I'll drop one in the mail to you. So today we're going to work with the BBQ Master stamp and die set. This was an online exclusive from March, but it's still available in my online store. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun pieces. I also use the Nested Essentials dies for some of my cutouts today. So let's get started. Our first card, I'm using some Designer Series paper from my stash, but I thought it was perfect. Here's our first card. These are all going to be Father's Day cards because it's going to be here before you know it. I'll show you a couple fun techniques on this piece here. And then the inside I left blank, so you could write whatever you would like on the inside. All right, so let's get started. So I'm starting with my card base, which is black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I did a lot of pre-work. We have two pieces, Designer Series paper that's 4 by 5 1/4, and then for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. And we'll just go ahead and put that on the inside right now. Everybody have a nice weekend. It was beautiful weather here. I got 98% of my flowers planted. I have a few more to do, but I was exhausted after everything yesterday. So I'll finish it up today. Be sure to say hi if you're watching live. If you're watching replay, let me know you watched the replay. So we're going to glue this to the front. Kind of fun, kind of reminded me of grilling paper. All right, and so then I cut these from the Nested Essentials. So this is going to be our little frame over here, but let's go ahead and stamp this next. I'm going to show a few fun techniques in here. I'm going to need a piece of scratch paper though for this part. So we're just going to stamp random things all over. And I'm going to use Memento Black. And I get this black all over my fingers. So let's see if I can do better today. I don't know why that is. But so we're going to take our stamps. And we're going to stamp, because I don't want it that dark. So we're going to stamp off and then stamp on like that. Just to give us some little different look on this basic gray. That might be smoky slate. I forget what color I use now. So there's that one. I'm going to have to keep because I'm going to have to go back and forth with a lot of stamps. So I'm going to clean them as I go. Let's see, we're going to do our little spatula here. There's a lot of fun little dies in this set. Stamp off, stamp on, clean. And then we had a fun shish kebab. Excuse my arm. I have all my dice sitting on my glass mat so I could just pick them up. We have a shish kebab. Stamp off, stamp on. What else did we have on there? Oh, let's do the tongs. Tongs are already on a block, so we'll just use that block. Just like that. And then, let me cover this black up. Then, I'm going to open this paper a little bigger because we're going to do a little bit of splattering and I don't want to get it all over everything. So, how I splatter is I take my blend. This one happens to be, excuse me, the light basic black. And what I do is I take my bone folder and I just whack it. And then it gives you that splattered look. Kind of gives a little bit of a grunge look. And then, I guess I got to bring my black back. I used a dauber. If you haven't used daubers, daubers are fun. I'm using that a few times in here. I take a dauber, and then I'm just going to kind of go around the edges to give it a little more dimension. Just, I don't know. You know how charcoal can be kind of messy. So just do that with a dauber. All right, I'll get rid of this for now. I don't think I need it again, but I'll have it handy in case I do. So let's come back to our card. We're going to glue the frame down. I'm going to use my skinny glue and just dab that around. That. And we're going to put it up in the upper right corner. And the lines on there help you to keep it kind of straight. And then we're going to take our piece we just stamped and splattered and daubed. We'll glue that down. Inside the frame. Probably should have opened a new bottle of glue. We're going to set that right inside the frame. Like that. Now this is heat embossed with some white embossing powder. I did do that off camera just to save time here. And then our little grill was stamped in black. And then we have the little fire, and I'm going to go ahead and color my flames. So I'm going to use dark real red. Oops. And dark lemon lolly for the flames. I tried coloring it on the stamp. I just didn't like the way it turned out. Instead of, so I didn't have all these black lines. But it didn't work out. It didn't look good. So I didn't like it, so I didn't do it. The other thing we're going to do is I like to kind of inset the flame inside the grill a little bit. So I'm going to take my take your pick tool and add my craft blade to it. It's like our own little X-Acto knife. And I'm going to just cut a slit inside the grill like that to stick my little fire in. Like this. So it'll stick like that. And I'm going to put my grill up on dimensionals. Use some bits and pieces here. Use bits and pieces of your dimensionals. They're still sticky, so they work. Stick some. And that'll kind of hold your little fire in place. And then I'll take a tiny one just to put down here. We'll go ahead and stick our grill down. Down here, this corner like this. And then I also put the Happy Father's Day up on dimensionals. And one more. There. And I kind of liked angling it, giving it just a little different look up at the top there. And then I used neutral matte dots. Let me take my knife off. Put my putty back on. To just give it a little more dimension. So we'll stick one up there. Big one down here. Another little one. Like that. And there is our first card. This was just a fun little stamp set. I liked it. My husband likes to grill, so I thought it was a perfect one to add. Our next one, let's do this one next. This one is done in Poppy Parade and Timid Tiger, and I used our Forever Plaid embossing folder, the Nested Essential dies. I stamped the grill in basic gray. So, and then on the inside, I said Happy Father's Day and put those little tools on there. So let's get started. All our little bits and pieces here. So once again, we start with a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, this is Poppy Parade. And then on this one, once again, we're going to use daubers, and I'm going to use my Poppy Parade ink. And just dab it, and then you just go along the edges again, just like we did on the other card. You know, depending on how you go up or down, you determine how much you get on the inside of the card, or if you just want it on the edge. And as you can see, my Poppy Parade must be pretty juicy, so I just dabbed it in there the one time. But I also kind of went and just kind of did a little blurbs like that. Some of it's going to show, some of it will be covered by the sentiment, but There's that piece. So we can go ahead and glue this down. And then glue that down. And then let's go ahead and stamp this part here. So we're going to stamp to the Grill Master. Oh, here it is. In Poppy Parade. And then we're going to stamp that off to the right because we're going to put the grill over on the left. So let's go ahead and put that down like that. And then we're going to use Timid Tiger. Now let's do the flames next. Those are Daffodil Delight, and I just took the tip of the flame to tip of the flame stamp and just kind of, oh, let me get my paper back so I don't have ink on my table. And then I just kind of stamped random flames here and there just to kind of, for fun, give it a little something. Okay, and then in Timid Tiger, we'll stamp some of the utensils. Here, this one's on a stamp all on its own. So in Timid Tiger, we'll go ahead and stamp the bottle off to the side there. And then let's take that off of there. And we'll get a little fork. And we'll like that. And then we'll do the spatula, flipper, I don't know what you want to call it, flipper, turner, and we'll put that, oh, I dabbed a little too heavy and I don't want to mess that up, so let me wipe that off. Like that. Okay. So that's done. So get rid of that. And then we can glue this down to our black piece here, like that. Hi, Dawn. How are you? I hope the weather warmed up north for you. I was looking yesterday, and it was a lot chillier up by you than it was here yesterday. It was a nice toasty day here. We'll glue that down. Excuse me. And then we'll just glue this down to the card. Kind of in the center. And then before we, let's do the inside. do the inside first. So what I did is I took a block and I positioned these 3 items. What did I use? The bottle? Yeah. On my block like this. And I took my Poppy Parade ink. And just stamped off in the corner here. Like that. Oops. And then I took my Happy Father's Day stamp, also in Poppy Parade. Close that. Juicy as it is, I can see me stick my fingers in it. So let's go ahead and put this on the inside. So then our inside is done. Get my little piece of cardboard again. So then we're going to color our flames again. This time I kind of tip the tips a little bit of red. And then with the dark, excuse me, dark lemon lolly. Like that. Oops. And then once again, I need to put my craft knife back on. So we can cut the slit in the grill. So we can, on my sample, I did cut the slit there. I think I did it after the fact, and that's not recommended. So let's go ahead and cut that slit like that. A nice little slit in there. Cover this up. I'm going to take that off now because I'm going to put some dots on. We'll put the grill up on dimensionals. That one will hold the fire in place so it won't fall out. One there. Put another one there. And then I like to put a little one on the legs here. All right. So we're going to glue this down to the left of our sentiment here. Maybe over so you can see a little bit of that flame there. And then I took, oops, I had some deer dots in Poppy Parade. And let's stick That one was a runaway. Stick a couple on here. In there. Did I miss anything? Nope. There's card number 2. And then with our inside, Happy Father's Day. Card number 2 is done. Now let's move on to our last card. This is one I need some audience participation. So this is the card we're making. It's a little different. And on the inside, I just stamped Happy Father's Day. The card base is basic beige, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Our inside is 4 by 5 1/4. This was cut from the smallest nested essential for the sentiment. Then I cut pieces of some wood grain. That's for the inside. So this is 4 by 3 1/4. I'm going to keep putting it on there. And then this is 4 by 2 down here. And then this was just a 1/4 inch strip of basic beige for the, just to cover the seam. So let's put the bottom piece down first. And we'll put the top, even that side would have been kind of fun. Glue that down. And then take my skinny glue. Looks like I need a new blade in my trimmer. We're just going to use this to cover the seam. I didn't do a very good job of cutting that one. Close enough. So there's like our backdrop for our grill. Then I cut the grill out of real red and stamped it in Memento Black. I cut the fork out of some silver foil, and then I went ahead and cut the fork again in pecan pie just to make the handle because I thought it was kind of cool. My little bottles here, ketchup and mustard. And here's where my question came, where I needed some audience participation. Should I put the burger there? Or should I put the hot dog there? Or should I do both? I mean, they're kind of big, so I wasn't sure which way to go. So I just glued the grill down. Down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to stamp "You're Flippin' Awesome" in real red. See how straight I can get. Not bad. And I guess while I have the real red out, let's stamp the inside with Happy Father's Day. Always get a little heavy-handed. There. Let's put that away. I'll go ahead and put that on the inside. There's the inside. And we can go ahead and put this down. Some dimensionals. Oh, almost put it up upside down. There's that. And looks like I might have lost my mustard. Oh no, there it is. So I just glued these down. A little ketchup and mustard. And see how I can do with this little glue here. You know, sometimes this comes out too fast. All right, and then I'll just stick this up here. Okay, so here's the ultimate question. Hamburger or hot dog? I wasn't sure which to put on there. Do you have any votes? Maybe I'll just do one of each. I mean, I did make a second one because I wasn't sure which way to go. All right, let's just do it, one of each. So we'll put a little for some reason I'm not getting any glue out of that, so let's go back to this little one. We'll put the hamburger on this one. And the hot dog is on this one. My fingers got glue on them, so it's hard to push those down. And there you have it. So I have an extra hamburger now. Here's card number 3. Happy Father's Day on the inside. So there's 1. 2. And 3. There you go, all set for Father's Day. If you have a grilling dad, this is the perfect stamp set for you to use. I'll give you a bitter shot. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next week. Bye.